Hi, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen, my dear colleagues in Addis Ababa and other part of Ethiopia. I would like to send a message from Kampala, Uganda, where I work for. I'm just sitting in my office in the Ministry of Health. So, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see here, our task is to protect the treasure of the country. For that particular purpose, we need to improve our managerial skill and knowledge. This is a TOT on 5S-KAIZEN-TQM for government hospitals in your country. As you can see here, you remember this particular 5 terms, important terms: sort, set, shine, standardize, and sustain. This is the 5S principle, which we have already shared in the past few months. Then this is before applying 5S's at the one dispensing office. This might be the after. This kind of strong change, positive impact will be able to have if you apply 5S activity to the entire part of your hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, now I want to make a little bit of emphasis of the importance of the first S, which is called the sorting. Sorting means removal of unnecessary items and objects in your work venue. I think this particular process could be introduced to you using this particular simple illustration. Unnecessary items with the red color could be removed and then sent to unwanted items store. Without this particular store to keep the unwanted items, you can't start your activity, because those items are under the possession of our government, so you can't discard it immediately. You will need to have permission from the Ministry of Health. So we often use this kind of red tag just to identify the unnecessary items which could be removed from your work venue and then sent to unwanted item store. If you have this kind of small store, it could be an independent small building, or you can use the one room in the building. So sorting is the most important step of the 5S principle. I think you have already well understood. Without sorting, you can't move to setting. Setting is putting orderliness to the essential items which are absolutely necessary for your work. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we will move to our mountain of hospital management. I think this is a conceptual framework of hospital management for all of us. This is the illustration which is very popular among us. Then we just want to focus to team building again. In my previous video, we had an emphasis that the team is essential for 5S and Kaizen activity. Then, in order to have a good team, workable team, capable team, we definitely need leadership. Do you agree with me? So, what is leader? And then leader's task for us. I want to just look into this particular matter from now on. Leader is a father of the team, and at the same time, leader is a mother of the team. And in addition to those two important roles, we have to say that the leader is a servant for the team. So I want to just summarize the important 3 tasks for leader. I think all of you are recognized as a leader of your specialty or profession. I think at least 3 things should be always looked into when you have a leadership. So number 1, you have to set an objective for the team. Without objective, your staff cannot be properly work. Then the second task is to achieve unity of the team. You have to disseminate the idea of the objective which you have already set for the team among all of the members of your team. Then try to make one united team, not the separated small faction within the team. Then after that, we have to look into the importance of the care. As a leader of the team, you have to do personal care for each of your members. I think you have to listen to your staff carefully and then talk about what he or she have to do and then how they can overcome the obstacle. That kind of thing should be directly or indirectly communicated among your staff and you as the top management of your team. So as a leader, we can just think about our characteristic. This is just juggling of some English words, but the leadership stand for those, it's a character could be described in those letters, those words. L stand for looks, E empathy, A acceptance, then directiveness. This is very important. As a leader, you have to show the direction to go. Then E, second E is representing encouragement, and then R, responsibility. Then S, security. You have to give the security your staff, even if they have difficulties at the other part of the hospital. If they came back to your division, you have to provide security, and then you have to listen to them. You have to have a nice, relaxed time with them. So after that, we have to look into the meaning of the H, holism. Just like a bird, you have to see all corners of your working territory. Then all details you have to get to know. For that particular purpose, definitely you need assistance of your staff. Then identity. As a leader, you should have a strong identity to represent the entire team. Then power. As a leader, you have a power to make a decision. Even you have to remove one of your staff. I think in some occasions you have to make a very bitter but necessary decision making. When you have a power, you should carefully use the power, and then try to use the power not for yourself but for the entire team. So this is the characteristics of the leader and the leadership. So we are going back to this particular important photograph. We have to protect this baby by using improved managerial practice together with the improved medical technology. This is our job to contribute to the entire society. So, nice to see you again. Then, bye-bye until the next video clip.